Hello, and thank you for once again signing up for the Yes I Can Growth Mindset Scavenger Hunt. Tomorrow is a big day. When your kid gets home from school tomorrow, they're going to find this sign on their door, telling them that the scavenger hunt has begun. Thus begins a fun-filled, fascinating educational journey, where your child is going to learn about the amazing capability of your brain to develop. This is the first step in developing a growth mindset. In the email I sent, we included a PDF with all the resources you need for tomorrow. But only you can enable your child's transformation by encouraging them and making this week fun. Only you can leverage this experience to spark a conversation about growth mindsets and the power of yet. So first, let me give you a sense of the experience your child will have. When your child gets home from school, they're going to find a note on their door telling them the scavenger hunt has begun. On their bed, they'll find two envelopes. The first envelope will have your child's name on it. Inside, it will have a growth mindset survey that looks just like this. This survey asks your child questions about their mindset to get a sense as to what their current mindset is. Your child will come back to this same survey at the end. It'll be interesting to see if their mindset has changed at all within the 7 days. The second envelope is marked clue number 1. Here's what the clue looks like. And let me read it out to you. It says, keeping food cold is important, you see. This is the place where cheese may be. Where do you think that could be? Right, the fridge. So you as a parent will hide the next clue in the fridge. Your kid's going to quickly figure it out, run down to the fridge, they'll open up the fridge and they'll dig through the fridge and they'll find the next clue. And in this case, the next clue is a voucher. And on that voucher, it's going to tell the kid to go watch a YouTube video called Your Brain is a Muscle. Now these short animated videos were created by the amazing team at Class Dojo, and trust me, they're excellent. The link for the YouTube video can be found in the show notes or in the email that I sent you. And be sure to hit the subscribe button so you can get access to the next growth mindset videos. A big part of the scavenger hunt revolves around your family spending time together. We think one of the best times that happens is at the dinner table. So we need your help to schedule family dinner time this week. Now during dinner, your child will tell you about their day, including what they learned. I'm sure they'll do a great job. So then you'll hand them another envelope, which they'll open up after dinner. So inside the envelope is this, which is a story of a famous scientist who overcame some early challenges before he achieved his success. Now the game here is your child needs to guess who the person is. For some kids, they'll immediately guess. But if your child doesn't know, then they can ask you questions. And you can only say yes or no. So for example, is this person a man? Is this person a race driver? Right? And again, you can only say yes or no. I'm sure you've played this game before. Now through this process, your child should be able to figure out that the scientist we're talking about is Einstein. But if they're still stuck, then feel free to give them some hints, or even tell them the answer. The whole point of this exercise is learning about Einstein. And that the fact that is that everyone struggles. Right? Even Einstein struggled. And even the smartest people in the world struggle with certain subjects. That's the point. To make sure you're ready to answer your kids' questions about Einstein, make sure to read my post, 5 growth mindset skills that enabled Albert Einstein's achievements. That's day 1. So, hopefully now you've got a sense as to what your child's experience is going to be like on Monday. And hopefully you agree. It sounds like a lot of fun, right? Cool. So, what do you as a parent need to do to get ready? Okay, here are the steps. Number 1. Print out the attached welcome letter, mindset survey, story, and clues that are in the first PDF. 2. Decide whether you want to print out the parent instructions or read them on your phone. And this is what the parent instructions look like. Up top, they've got the words parent instructions. And down here, you can see that we've marked each of them with a number. So it's very easy to kind of tell which step you're on. The clues should be very self-explanatory. And, I'm going to walk you through them right now. Let's go through each step. Here are the parent instructions for day 1. We've made cards that are easy to follow. For example, on day 1, there are 13 cards that will tell you exactly what to do. So the first thing to go do is to print out the scavenger hunt welcome letter and place that letter somewhere visible to your child, preferably on their bedroom door. This is going to be their introduction to the scavenger hunt. Then print out a copy of the mindset questionnaire and put that in an envelope. Write that child's names on the envelope. Print out clue number 1 and put it in an envelope. Mark it clue number 1. Print out task number 1 and put that in an envelope too, and write on that task number 1. Now try to do all this with different colored markers. Use colorful paper or envelopes. Try to make it fun for the kids. There's a sense of mystery that happens when you as a kid get some mail, and so we really wanted to create that experience of wondering what's inside the envelope. All right, let's keep talking about creating the envelope. So we also need you to print out the Einstein story and put the Einstein story in an envelope and mark it something to think about. Okay. All right, now let's start putting the envelopes where start hiding the envelopes. So the first envelope with the child's name, that goes on the bed. Put the envelope marked clue number 1, put that on their desk or somewhere else in the bedroom. And then put the envelope marked task number 1, hide that in the fridge. The kid's going to come looking for that. So when your child comes home, tell him or her there's a surprise waiting for him or her in the room. When the kid goes to the room, they're going to find the welcome letter. They're going to read it. And they're going to find clue number 1 on their bed or the desk, wherever you hid it. It's going to have their name on it, and the scavenger hunt begins. Now, your child's going to open up that envelope with his or her name on it first. And inside the envelope, as a reminder, that's where the mindset questionnaire is. Now, it's important that the kid stops and basically fills out the questionnaire. It's not going to take more than 5 to 10 minutes, but it's going to allow both you and the child to kind of establish their baseline understanding of a mindset. And it's going to be interesting to see at the end of the 7 days to see what they've learned. And so you'll use this as that reference point. Okay. So once the child's filled out the mindset questionnaire, they'll put it back in the envelope and they'll give it to you to save for the last day of the scavenger hunt. Now the kid can open up clue number 1. And once your child reads clue number 1, he or she's going to try to figure out the clue and try to find the envelope marked task number 1. Now you and I know that task number 1 is hidden in the fridge. And so hopefully they're going to figure out that it's in the fridge. They'll find task number 1 and they'll read it out loud to you. And task number 1 says that they should watch a YouTube video called The Brain is a Muscle. Your Brain is a Muscle. That video is on YouTube, and you can find the link of that video both in the show notes of this video or in the email that I sent you. That video will just be a couple minutes long, that your kid's going to love it. And once your child is done watching the video, your child's going to keep the task paper, and at dinner time, they're going to come at dinner time and explain what they learned to you. And if they do a great job of explaining what they learned, then it's time for you to reward them by giving them the something to think about envelope. Inside that envelope is the Einstein story. Read that story to your child after dinner, but don't tell them who it is. The game here is your child needs to try to figure out who it is. Now, some of your kids will figure out immediately, but if your child hasn't guessed who the mystery person is, they can ask you more questions to figure out. And they can only ask you yes or no questions. And once they've answered Einstein, that's the end of day 1. Tomorrow, I'll send you instructions for day 2. Every day for the next 7 days, I'll send you a similar email with instructions and resources for the following day. By Sunday night, you'll be taking your kids to dinner to celebrate their newly acquired mindset and encouraging them to follow through on their one goal they've set, using the strategies you help them realize. Sounds like fun? Have a great Monday. See you tomorrow.